A bicyclist who came screaming down this hill, which is pretty steep, in the middle of nowhere, about a third of the way from Bakersfield to Tehachapi. He gave me some good tips. He said, get off, you're going to be on the freeway for 2 or 3 miles, then get off at Keene, and there's back road to Tehachapi. I've got about 2,000 more feet to climb, and it's a little bright, but maybe you can see that busy freeway in the background. I'm going to have to get on that for a little bit, 2 or 3 miles, he said. But it was great to get tips from him because, like I've come to say in this trip, believe locals. They've always got really good directions. And I'm happy to stay off of the freeway for a while. I'm glad it's only 2 or 3 miles because on my map, which is just the whole state, so it's not high res, it looked like I was going to have to be on it for 21 miles. But I'm maybe between a third and a half way to Tehachapi, closer to a third, and I still have 2 big climbs. If it's 21 miles on the direct way, it's probably 22, 3, 4 on the side road, and with 2 big climbs at 2,000 feet. I don't know if I'll do it today. It's probably around 2. We'll see. But I'm definitively out of the valley. Thank God, because it was so flat and the roads were just north, south, east, west, straight as an arrow for miles and miles and miles. And the first week I didn't see anything but blooming pistachio and almond groves, and even though the pink petals are nice and it looks like a cherry blossom, after the first 5 million I saw, they just started to piss me off. But you know, the valley, even though it's flat and the roads are straight, it's still one of the defining geological features of California. And even though it's, you could say, the only boring place in California geographically, geologically, it's still part of the tapestry of California's topography. And I've already done the coast, so I wanted a different way to get where I'm going. It really is all about the journey, but I think my fun will kind of begin in Flagstaff. Well, on the plus side, that bicyclist I ran into earlier in the afternoon turned me onto some back roads from Keene to Tehachapi, which I'm on now. But Keene is basically a fire station, a cafe, a post office, and a few houses. And the cafe was closed. There were there were 3 motorcyclists outside of the cafe chatting, and I asked them if this was the back way to Tehachapi. One of them said it was, and that I'm only 9 miles away, but that I'm going to gain 1,500 feet over 6 miles. That sounds about double the steepness of Haleiwa to Wahiawa. So I'm making this little log here. It's probably the last flat part I'll see till Tehachapi. Another blessed flat spot on this country road from Keene to Tehachapi. I'll take advantage of it to get another log in. It is very beautiful country, which is a welcome change after the monotony of the valley. The last peak that I hit before I rolled down to Keene, I probably lost 500 feet of altitude. So you just have to regain it. Where this is flat, this is beautiful. But if it's 2% grade, I have to get off and push. There's been a lot of that today. So I know I can't do a 1,500 foot in 6 miles and another 9 today. I really doubt it. So my plan was to just get out of Keene, which doesn't take much because it's just a village, but then to find somewhere to stealth camp. This country road and 58, the main state highway, between them run the Union Pacific line. I've seen some trucks, so that's the only reason I know it's Union Pacific. And I think to my right, to my starboard, it's all fenced ranch land. To my port, it's the railroad. So I'm betting there'll be somewhere around the railroad with some nice flat grass I can camp in. More semi-flat part. Let's see how long this lasts. Boy, it's been, I wouldn't say flat since Keene. I've probably gained about 300 feet, but I don't think I've entered the dramatic climb yet. And it's about 6. I probably only have about an hour more of light, so it's getting pretty imperative to find a campsite. At least these mountains, they're bigger than hills, tell me that I'm definitively out of that flat valley in Porterville, Missouri. A story I can't wait to tell you. It's campsites like this that make me think sometimes I win. I hope I've gained about 3,000 feet. Tehachapi's at 3,911, so I'd still have 900 more feet. But I think I'm about 3 miles out of Keene, east of Keene. So the motorcyclist said 9 miles to Tehachapi, so maybe I'm only 6 more miles and 900 feet of elevation gain to go. Something like that. I'm not sure. I hope it's that little. And the kitchen. Chili time.